Welcome everyone. Sorry, I had a audio flub, but I realized in the first minute, so that's good at least. Anyway, welcome everyone. We're going to be talking about Atelier Ryza Trilogy. This releases in like 2 hours or so. This is the PC version I'll be playing and showing off. Hello Christian, welcome. Let's see, what was I saying in that first minute? The game unlocks in a few hours. Koei Tecmo sent me code for the trilogy, so I have them to go into a little bit. It's not going to be too much of a review at all, though. These really are pretty similar to the versions already available. But let me bring this up here as in terms of the new content, because they do feature new content, new story content as well. Let's see. Previously unreleased DLC, new playable characters and scenarios, improved usability for better experience, which would be, yeah, UI, UX. So yeah, it won't be terribly in-depth. Oh yeah, so I have looked at it for a little bit before now, thanks to Koei Tecmo sending it to me. But I don't have too much to review or compare offhand. It doesn't seem that there is totally that much outside of the new content. And I'll get into that here. So yeah, we'll, I might boot up the others if we want to take a look at them too. Okay, so something I was going to bring up right away was, as I was reading up on these games and doing my research, doing some rudimentary research about the games, before I was talking about them, one of the things I read about the first game, it's pretty sure it's more than one, was if you play them on PC without any controller plugged in at all, the game drops in frame rate, and will lag because it's constantly polling for a controller, so it lags until you plug a controller in. It was doing that earlier, it's not doing it now. So I can't properly demonstrate it. Steam doesn't think I have a controller plugged in. Well, I mean, well, now I'll turn my controller on. Okay. I read about some, roughness with the ports earlier. So far, they've been fine, though they are, settings-wise and everything, seem pretty close to the originals. I was reading about they have frame rate issue, or had frame rate issues. I believe in the originals they were fixed in an update anyway. But it does have unlimited frame cap. Yeah, the frame rate was dropping when before I plugged my before I turned on my controller, and now it doesn't. Now it's fine. Oh, all right. So anyway, there won't be as much to review. I don't think there is as much to show off. I think like even like a side by side would not yield much of any results.
Ryza?
By the way, I learned how to say her name. It's Ryza. It's not Ryza. My bad. If anyone's more curious about how the game performs or anything, once again, Mikhail has a really in-depth article already on RPG site for the game, if you're curious about it on any other platforms and how it performs. Yeah. And the changes in this release, as far as I know at the moment, it has been the new content I was mentioning with new story scenario stuff and everything, and also the previously unreleased DLC. New playable characters as well. New story. Custom combat mode. Select monsters to face and set their levels. Here's monster behavior, speed of battle. This is stuff I'm literally reading off of the Steam page. Link save data from secret series games for bonuses. You can link both the original and DX versions, allowing you to obtain useful items in your venture. Oh. その声に応えて畑仕事をしていると、やがて自分が畑の一部になったようだ。I'm gonna turn it up after this cutscene.
あなた
Yeah, these personally these will be games I get to much later down the line, as I'm still in the middle of many other things. I'm a good like halfway through Dragon Quest 2. I just got all 4 party members. I really enjoyed Dragon Quest 1. We can talk about that. I really enjoy what they did with Dragon Quest 1. Tales of Xillia is worth talking about post last stream. and about the frustrating cons to how I approach how I would have to approach these streams. Physical release? I'm unsure of. I can't recall if I've seen the box art for them. Obviously, search on Amazon. I see the individual games. I don't see the DX. They may not be. This game has put it. These games have put in perspective the budget variation that Koei Tecmo works under, which I don't know why I would think that they were exempt from that, but it makes sense. The Atelier games are not the largest budget scale projects, much like Square Enix with anything that's not Final Fantasy, you know? Puts a lot of things into perspective. There's a physical release with English language only available via Play Asia, PS5 and Switch. So yeah, anything that people want to, like, anything I could refer to Mikhail's article. Any other questions that might be answered comparing the different versions of the DX versions? It might be already covered in Mikhail's article, as he's already gone on to how it performs on the ROG and Steam Deck and Switch 2. As well as mentioning how it was on PS4 and PS5. Load times as well, or he has some load times here on the page as well. Really helpful info that if there's any questions I can answer with that, I will, but it's also linked in the description already, for anything to read about it. No Switch 2 physical, not an upgrade path. That sounds about right. Comparison for Fatal Frame. We'll do a stream for it. Yeah, we'll do a stream for it. Outside of that, probably not anything soon, like, at all. RPG Site's an incredible source, yeah. Yeah, it's remarkably trustworthy. The legacy of quality interviews Alex Donaldson, who runs it, has done is phenomenal, as he's had many interviews where he does personally talk with much of the larger heads of like Square Enix and stuff. So here's the one thing that bothers me, it's the anti-aliasing, man. The game has 2 anti-aliasing options, FXAA and TAA. I don't think TAA is working at the moment. It doesn't look like TAA to me. At least it's not doing enough, maybe. Makes me wish I was playing at a higher resolution. Yeah, this is PC, yes. Camera mode, photo mode. Anyway, I'm gonna be playing and going through while discussing more things, and answering questions as I can or as I go, right? But overall, because of my little knowledge of Atelier, I don't have as much to go into myself with it. So we'll just enjoy as we go. But these are games I will be back to at some point. Fatal Frame, yeah, I'll probably do like a more because Fatal Frame seems like an interesting story with 2. With how there was the Wii remake, right? And it's a PS2 game. It was on Wii, and then we'll have this new version. So I'm interested in like demonstrating that. That'll be an interesting one.
空いているぞ。勝手に入ってこい。
お邪魔します。
More excuses for me to talk about Wii games. Remake is only in PAL territories. That's really funny. Is there a story on to why it came to exist?
3人揃ってお出ましか。こっちはちょうど最低限住める程度に片付けたところだ。
こういう作業は面倒くさい。
そういうな。野宿は好きじゃないんだ。
How are the games? I don't know enough of them to give a definitive or answer on them. To my understanding with this series, it's more enjoyable slice of life. I guess farming sims, crafting sims, alchemy. They're not the most grandiose JRPGs. They're far more relaxed in tone.
クリント王国の遺跡調査をしてると聞きました。それならこの本を読めるんじゃありませんか。
私に錬金術を教えてください。
I really wish I had higher resolution monitor, man. These last few games I've had to play now are killing me. Like, it's not just this anti-aliasing, it's anti-aliasing a bunch of games recently.
どこって地下の証拠に。まさか本当にこれ読
I'm
めるん
also
ですか。
sorry to like mostly talk over it, but this also would be another case of when I come back to these games to play personally, I'm probably gonna start fresh on them. Save data carries between the 3 games? If they're all the DX versions, I'm pretty sure they do, right? If it's between platforms, I don't think so. And by that, I mean Switch to Switch 2, PS4 to PS5.
錬金術か。こればかりは教えてどうなるわけでもないからな。
If you're just handling the newest versions,
どんなことだって。
the original version saves don't carry over, but you get a special bonus for having Ryza saves on the same platform.
他よりも如実に素質の有無が成否に直結する。簡単に言えば、
Save from 1 carry to game 2.
素質がなければどうにもならないってことだ。
そんな。
だが逆に言えば、素質さえあれば当たり前にできる。
I think it's just for bonuses.
もし見込みがあるなら。
教えてくれるんですね。
ああ。だが素質があればだぞ。お前さんが見込みありなら私も助かる。
I believe so, but it is just for bonuses.
初歩的なことから教えるか。錬金術というのは無より有を生み出す術だ。なあと、どういうことかわかるか。
さっぱり。というか、僕は錬金術より早く本の読み方を教えてほしいんだけどな。
Let's see.
やはりいきなり理屈だけ説明しても無理か。
Sorry, that was me, not you.
いっそ調合からやらせよう。どう見てもこいつは体で理解するタイプだ。
そうだな。どのみち素質を確かめる必要が。
The bonuses are costumes and
お前さ
items.
ん、名前は？
はい、ライザリンシュタウト。ライザです。
よし、ライザ。これから私の言う材料を取ってくるんだ。船着き場の近くの森にあったはずだ。
船着き場の近く、魔石の森かな。 わかりました。
取ってくるのは七思想だ。錬金術の基本は採取と調合。まずはその一つ、採取からだ。
わかりました。やってみせます。
すぐそばの森での採取だぞ。そんな気張るな。
いえ、それでも。
About the first games.
私の第
The
一歩なので。
individual ones, right? Like if you did,
ああ、そうだ。そこの小さいの。
if you
ちょっ
bought
と確認したいことがあるんだが、いいか？
2DX, it is to my understanding you would get the bonus from the original one.
でかいの。お前には私からだ。
はい、何でしょうか？
If that's what you would mean. Because yeah, you can get them individually, and I think they're cheaper because they're not putting the originals on sale. I'd have to look again. This Ryza 1 60 FPS on PS5. PS4 was 30. That's funny. I would say to look at the article. I am also looking through the article. See if I can give you a better answer. It brings us to offering native PS5 and Switch. It's a native PS5 version. It's not like PS4 Pro. Switch 2 versions feature some additional sharpening on the overall image and handle, but dock definitely not as stable as the PS5. PS5 targets 60. PS5 targets 60. I can feel a bit of the, I guess, age, and it does make me, with how the, what is it? The newer game feels, I'm kind of grateful for it. Game feel-wise, it's come a little bit. These games aren't, I mean, to me, these games aren't terribly old either. But yeah, these are, the Atelier games are just one of the lower budget projects comparatively for Koei Tecmo. When Koei Tecmo does so many other things between DOA or Ninja Gaiden and like the Warriors games and the budgets those get, the Atelier games budgets are way lower, but they're not aiming to be much more anyway. So it's never something I really hold against it. It's just something of interest. Because we all see that in like Square Enix between like the Mana series, Saga series compared to Final Fantasy, same thing. It's the same thing. Like Tales compared to like Tekken now. I'll look at the icons in a moment. In the bottom right. So yeah, we have all those. Let's see here. Confirm button change. That's to set it to the B button. Yeah. Let's see. Camera, game, controller. Let's try here. Eggbot controller off. Oh, I don't have like a USB-C cable here anymore. You can get a USB-C cable here. That's not USB-C. Damn, I don't keep them around anymore, do I? I don't even know where I pull one from. Let me find it. I mean, for keyboard it has icons, but let me get something so I can plug my DualSense in. Let's see. Okay. Everything I use is wireless now. The wireless support for Xbox controllers has gotten better. Alright. Plugged in the DualSense. It changed the damn audio. Firmware available for my controller. Cool. Hold on. We lost. There we go. No, it's all Xbox glyphs. All Xbox glyphs. Thanks for asking that question. Unless it really has to do with like unless I really have to download the PlayStation Accessories app to update the firmware of my DualSense. Try I'll grab a DS4. I'll check the DS4 just to look at a controller that doesn't need a firmware update. I would say Miguel mentions the anti-aliasing also on the other platforms sticks out too. It did the audio again. Still Xbox glyphs. Okay. At least hot swapping worked though. I am glad when that works. Here we get running. I do think these games, if it wasn't for the anti-aliasing, these games would look sharper. I'm sure if they had the anti-aliasing, would be easier to overlook if it was just running at a higher resolution too. So if I had like the PlayStation version for that. There are other Ryza games I am looking forward to looking at. Sorry, Atelier games I'm more interested in looking back at though.
Ryza は勢い優先で足元がおろそかってのがよくあるパターンだからな。
But I'm so glad to take a look at these ones.
まあね、大丈夫そうならもういいかな。僕アンペルさんから聞かれたことを調べに家に戻るよ。
Certainly, the trilogy as a package makes more sense if you have not gone into them before and seen what they otherwise is offered.
それじゃあ頑張ってね。
さーて、それじゃあ取りまくるわよ。
It gave me that bulletin board tutorial. I hope it didn't want me to do something back there. I tried Zillia. Well, we gotta talk about that, because yeah, I did, and I streamed it. And there were a few things I had to point out immediately. It was nothing that was really... I was hoping to zoom the camera out more. I cannot zoom it out anymore. That's alright. There have been a lot of minor issues that just keep stockpiling with the Tales of Zillia remaster. As time has shown now, that there's like a small glimpses of them during the first stream. One is a very clear struggle to not jump in combat, because a lot of people are apparently having that issue where you're accidentally jumping a lot in combat when trying to go left or right. And it was not I was not as happening as much as in the original. The colors really did look like that on PS3, like washed out. Some people prefer that look though. I'm not terribly surprised by that. That's how people learn to love and appreciate the game, is it did have to look like that. Yuri Lowell costume one of the characters, don't know why. That sounds more like a bug. That would be an odd one. Has anyone else reported that? For Alchemy, I probably should have been paying attention to that. Let me use the Steam. I'm gonna rewatch that through the Steam clip feature, so I can pay attention to what he just did in the tutorial for Alchemy, of all things. One of the basic Alchemy, the recipe for green supplement. It allows you to create something from nothing, but if you don't follow the proper steps, you're doomed to fail. So watch carefully. You need to toss them into a cauldron as a material loop. Alchemy is all about adding the right things in the material loop in order to create whatever you desire. First will Austin, slow down. Shit. Need to possess some force synthesizing. That's to change the material loop. Added the grass. Adding another. Okay, that was just formatting it. Okay, did you see that? Adding a second nameless grass, a new material loop connected, unlocked hidden power. You add more anti-aliasing via GPU driver settings. If that's something you've been able to pull off in other games, I've never read anyone successfully pulling that off, because settings like that apply more to OpenGL games. Usually with DirectX games, those kinds of settings won't work through the driver settings. I think the best you could do is reshade, but then you're blurring the whole thing, including the UI. I think the answer would just be running it at a higher resolution, I fear. Are you sure the originals are delisted? Oh, I guess so. These are all DLC. Here's the first game. They're not delisted. Oh. They will be delisted. Soon. They will be delisted very soon. Okay. They're going to be delisted.
I
mean, they're going to be more expensive. You can buy them individually. It's too late to get them on sale. The original version is $60 right now. DX standalone 1 is like $40. So you would be paying more for the older versions.
何作っちゃおうかな。どこにしよう。
Four elements. Mm-hmm.
さあ、何を入れよう。
And we need to add a second.
さあ、何を入れよう。
Like that.
おお、いい感じかも。さあ、
Add our
何を入
water.
れよう。いいもの、これでどうだ。
She's so dumb. I think the exact same thing is said. It might be said for people that love Ryza.
どうしよっかな。
Ryza's my most favorite. She's so dumb.
さあ、どうだ。悪くないんじゃないかな。なんか上達してきた気がする。
All right.
どうでしょう。
Got an achievement.
これでいいのかな。
こっちも当たり。いや、
それってつまり。
素質あり、合格だ。お前さんは錬金術師になれる。いや、もうすでに錬金術師だ。
Yeah. So what else do I guess about Tails? That's.
やったー。これからよろしくお願いします、先生。
残念だが先生に
When I started talking about what is it, Tails last time, right?
ほとんどないんだ。
どういうことですか。
There's just that inherent issue of in the first 2 hours you can't really identify the issues, and it's pretty apparent now the number of minor issues that just stockpile with Tales of Xillia's current port that put a lot more things into question. Some examples of issues were I noticed it, but I didn't mention it because I didn't worry about it too much. I didn't think it was a apparent issue was how late the skits were becoming available. Like in the original, a skit would be available right out of the cutscene. In the remaster, it was taking a few seconds or a little bit before the skit would be available, and apparently that elongates. That becomes a more frequent issue, is that skits aren't becoming available immediately when they're supposed to be. People having trouble with the jump. People mentioned the audio mastering. There was a whole bunch of things about on the Tails wiki. Tails subreddit.
載っているものを片っ端から試して調合になれるんだ。それを一通り調合し終えたら、次は
Remaster is better AA than SMAA the OG. Man, this is an improvement. They could still do better. I would still like them to do better. I hope we can see that in an update. I might just might bite the bullet and get a better monitor already though. Get a 1440p get a 1440p monitor? That was the question. Oh, compared to the original, I'm not sure.
ならそこで適当な本を買って目を通してみるといい。思いもしない何かがひらめくかもしれない。
TV as monitor, I already do. Not as my main monitor.
やってみる。まずはもらった本を家で読んでみてからだけど。
I got 3 monitors here. The monitor to my left is mirrored onto my TV. And it looks great. And that lets me get away with 4K. Which I guess I can do. Hold on. Here. Especially because I get nothing out of this setup here. Oh, Black Friday is coming up, yeah. Okay, let me do this here, hopefully. I doubt OBS will crash. OBS didn't like it, but it didn't crash at least. Okay, let's swap the monitor. Hold on, let me see outside. Let me go find those barrels. Those stairs don't look too soon for me to say that did anything. I think that did actually change it. It's still on my main monitor. If I really, yeah, what is it? I'm looking at the shimmering of the barrels. Okay. Let me focus on these barrels real quick. Man, hold on, Mom is texting me. Okay, let me just straight take Steam screenshots and just compare them. Because I can't tell if this is actually doing anything. I don't think it is. But I can't gaslight myself on the anti-aliasing. I will... If I... Oh, God. Fucking... There's a Saren LG TV I would get that's heavily recommended for a lot of things. Okay, that absolutely changes it. That 100% changes it. Okay, so that's good news. And I didn't even need to set my monitor to 4K. Right, let me set that back. Okay, so good news here. OLED, yeah, OG OLED, yeah. So here's the good news. Even if you don't have the setup for it, it's giving me the resolution option of 4K. It's larger than the main monitor resolution. It may not work properly. Proceed anyway. Yes. It's still borderless. It is not fucking with my windows or anything. It's not changing anything. but that resolution is higher. That is effectively just changing the internal resolution. So we have so the anti-aliasing can be better just by simply bumping the resolution up. Good. Wow, what a relief. I figured like hold up, yeah, this looks a little sharper, right? And yeah, it does. Resolution scaling, yeah, it doesn't say it, you know, but it absolutely is functioning like resolution scaling. That's cool. Now let's try FXAA with that. Now I can get a proper evaluation of this. I'm probably gonna keep it on TAA. About the same results. As long as you can deal with the higher, or as long as you can set the resolution higher. So, I'm thankful for that. Okay, so that helps tremendously. Yeah, early TAA wasn't that good. This I'm not like hardly seeing the results here. But anyway. Yep, that's good news. That's a point for the for the PC version for me. You can just set the resolution higher and it works. It's still not perfect because you're still seeing plenty. At least for me, I'm still seeing plenty of jaggers and everything. Those stairs. But that's still an improvement. Anyway. It also affects the asset quality too. It was affecting the shadows. I don't think the depth of field was this clear before. Man, this looks great now. I'm so glad I tried that. Yep, so long as it is set to borderless. Trilogy pack on PS5. What'd you change? The screen resolution. Even though my monitor is 1080p, you can just set the screen resolution to 4K anyway. And this is essentially working as if it's render scale. That's all you have to do. And the results are much better. I'm excited to get into a cutscene now, actually. Look at the shadows, actually. Hold on, let's look at these shadows. Get enough of them on screen. Because it affects everything around the game, too. So yeah, even though I only have a 1080p monitor, you still get the 4K benefit if you change the resolution to 4K. As presumably, it has to be set to borderless. Oh, I'm not looking at the shadows now. I'm looking at Ryza. Yeah, that makes a difference. Yeah, that makes. I don't know if it comes through as clearly on stream. Yeah. No, I was just looking at the shadow resolution. No, I'm not worried about that now. Because it impacted, when I was comparing the Steam screenshots here, I could just pull up the Steam screenshots and I can show why I did that. But yeah, you can just change the resolution setting and it'll work. So I took these screenshots in Steam just to compare earlier. So I'm flicking between them. See how the shading changes on the cobblestone wall there? That's what I was talking about, that kind of but I think that's more anti-aliasing. Yeah, the shadows aren't changing at all. Yeah, no. I was off base with analyzing the shadows. It does impact the ambient occlusion. That's cool. All right, that's enough for me to tolerate it. Thank God. Especially, at least having a PC that doesn't have a problem with running it like that. I'm still getting a pretty full 60.
錬金術の練習するにしても釜がないとね。釜何かいいのないかな。
Next week, I'll be doing a stream for The Outer Worlds 2. That is not a game I'll be getting at 60 FPS. Without frame gen. Is the game capped at 60? No, it has an uncapped option. It is a few FPS cap options. On PS5, it is 60. I can't believe how much better this looks.
レント君、タオ君、我がアトリエにようこそ。
は？
アトリエってどういう？何このでかい鍋。
アンペルさんに錬金術師として最初にやるべきことをいろいろと教わったんだ。
それがこの鍋？こんなのどっから持ってきたのさ。
鍋じゃなくて、まあ家にあった鍋だけど、錬金釜。まず何よりもこれがないと始まらないからね。
で、そのアトリエってのは何なんだろ
う。錬金術の研究室よ。これからここでバリバリ調合しまくるの。
なるほど。
Yeah, personally, at the moment, I'm going to be waiting to continue Xillia to wait to see what patches they do. But I mean, I have to continue Dragon Quest anyway.
感動とか関心とかないかな。
俺たちも俺たちで忙しくなってんの。
Dragon Quest 1, I'm a fan of how they rebalanced the game and introducing more abilities into it. Dragon Quest 1's unique gimmick now feel like, at the time it was just you were a single party member, only one character, no party members in one, and that feels like a core balance focus of one remake, and it feels like it's balanced around that, and it's far more challenging because of it too, in a much more interesting way where battles feel more like puzzles. DX versions for me are mostly for console players, right? Because the 60 FPS Ryza 1, proper PS5 version of 2. I was reading about that in Mikhail's article there. Damn, I can't believe the first 30 minutes of the stream were like at 1080p. This is so much sharper.
何作っちゃおうかな。
Auto add. That's good.
どこに入れようかな。
Insufficient anyway.
樽。
Barrel. Make another save too. Switch one earlier, old Switch port is a blurry mess. I could imagine. Yeah.
どうしようかな。
Oh, this is telling me about those. This camera speed. Hold on. A little higher. That's better. Hold on, let me find that TV I was talking about. It is one of the C5, C4. I feel like it was C9? Is that one? They were recommended because they had very low input latency. That's why they were heavily recommended, I believe. On top of everything else. LG C9 OLED. Though there's others from there. Hope you're doing well. Doing alright, yeah. Oh, I would never pay this much for a TV. Never mind. I don't care what that TV offers. I'm not paying that. I'm never paying that much for a TV. Okay. OLED is diminished if you can't control the live level. In your game room? It's just my bedroom, yeah. Yeah, I can make it as, yeah, I can. Especially at night. Alright, let me get back to paying attention here. That quest was for a bomb. But I do have multiple quests anyway. And I don't have the materials for the bomb, double check that. Oh, that pot was upstairs. Cauldron.
どこにしよう。
So I'd have to go and get them anyway. Okay. Oh, That's the craft over argument in the book. I should make lots of them to take into battle. Oh, it's active, but can I set a different one to active? Because it still wants me to go back to the room. I welcome back seating, by the way. Oop. Oh, there's the manual. There's a QR code for the manual. I was gonna pull up a map.
Yeah!
Yeah. Nope. Shortcut back to the room. Double check there. Hi, Jesus. Welcome. Yeah, I have to go out. Yeah, okay. Photo mode is L3. Oh, there it is. Full map. Okay. Scenario destination, map travel, NPC shop, new quest, report quest. Frame rate are you playing at? Yeah, it's at 60. The Steam overlay or Afterburner. I have the Steam overlay up right now. I can see it at 60. I know stream can't see it, but it's been 60 the entire time. I'm not personally having trouble maintaining 60. But I have VSync on too, so I'm not gonna, I think I have VSync on my whole PC. So if I do this anyway... No, it went higher. Enough upgrade for people who have the original versions to rebuy? I don't think so unless you're really into the new story stuff. I'm maintaining around 70. 75. And walk into town. Or walk around more. 70 to 80. Uncapped. Has a physics bug. I was reading that there was a physics bug, and then I also think it was patched. And this is at 4K resolution too. So 4K resolution, I'm not getting I'm getting between 70 to 80. And clothing for twitching. Here, how about go back to our room where it's higher? This will be the last thing, and then I want to get to the damn game. Get back into combat. It happens at character rest. Oh, okay. Oh, like if they're standing still. Yeah, it looks about the same otherwise. It's not moving otherwise. At the higher FPS, no, nothing's moving on its own. While she's idling. That twitching was just it clipping through her body from the jump. Doesn't do anything else. Okay. Okay. Anyway, I'm really pushing myself here with not fucking paying enough attention. I get the bundle. You can get them all. Oh yeah, the price difference, right? If it's what you're looking for, I don't know. I heard so much about these games. The more I looked into them, though, the more I was unsure on approach. Like, I was really getting into the latest release. I was really enjoying it. And I want to get back to it. I wonder if the resolution thing does the same thing in that one. That would be really nice. Have to test that out later. If you're looking for a more crafting-based a slice of life farm simulator JRPG that is still like a JRPG and everything, if it's what you're looking for. The originals went on some nice sales, and these are replacing the originals, and these are not like remastered fidelity or anything. I think they're improved. So far, seem to be improved PC ports at the very least, improved console performances. Yeah, these seem to be ideal if they were what you were looking for. But you may also want to wait for a sale. Which I think they will. The originals would go on sale often. They just are not going on sale anymore because they want you to buy the new one. If you think you would get into these kinds of games, then I would say go for it. There's something to relax with. I'm more eager to get back to the original. Oh, shit. Trails in the Sky first chapter. Ooh, I would go Trails. But that depends if you're more slice of life or these actually the Atelier, the Ryza games can be lengthy, right? Oh, like 30 hours. Okay, never mind. That's not that bad. Comparison between the versions, probably, I don't think there might be enough to even really go into. At the moment, I'm not the person who would do it because I'm not familiar enough with the series to be the person to do it. And especially because performance-wise, these DX versions improve everything otherwise. Certainly doesn't sound like content in any means was removed or anything. I don't have the original versions here to even look at and compare because I don't think we would notice much of anything different at all. Besides them just being better optimized and more functional. Wouldn't recommend it for goal-oriented players. Like if you have shit to get done and beat the game quick. Right. That sounds like a better way to put it. Down on the D-pad, that's it. Is enough for anything? It is, for supplements. Did I need anything for here? I need crimson ore, gunpowder, fuel. Oh, back up. Plenty here. Not enough. I mean, her animation just, oh, what is it? If just the walking animation. Her run animation's silly. I like the walking animation. But I am looking, oh. But I mean, it's also too slow. That's the good farm, okay. There we go. I don't think, to my understanding, there's not much of anything at all outside of the design. You get to look at the design and that's it. There are mounts in the game? I'm unsure of. These are questions I wish I were more qualified to answer. I don't think so. Good story RPG. If it's something more adventurous, because this definitely leans more into slice of life. Oops. B button is jump. There is like main scenario and story, and even from let me pop back here. Change room, stylish weapon skins, background music. Let me go to the title screen to show this too. Get it from the book. It's title menu. Back at the title screen, right? Episode. These are all here. to hop between. However, I'm not qualified to tell you the extent of this importance. I'm more to just say the games do have narrative. It's just far more relaxed in tone. Since I have that quest, I guess I'll keep collecting around here. Ah, turning through that, okay. Man, I really should have been paying more attention. I hate when I do that on streams.
どうしようかな。
I do have the gunpowder. But there's nothing, I need to get that ore. Ore and fuel. I'm gonna keep looking out. What I was gonna do more this stream was just discuss other things in the meantime as I go along. Because I had more things to really talk about recently. Graphics compared to the original, they seem more or less the same. It's more like optimization, really, than rehauling visuals or improving them. I will say though, from what we noticed, the game's anti-aliasing isn't fantastic, but what you can do, I'm on a 1080p monitor, but you can still change the screen resolution to 4K while in borderless mode, and it is changing the internal resolution of it. And that helps immensely with anti-aliasing. It was bothering me beforehand how it looked. So if you have the PC that can run it. There we go. Good for you, bud. I wish the camera would back up a little, but that's all right. But it's also closed in anyway. Full invisible wall. Oh, that was the honeycomb. Okay. Hopefully it looks good. It will be 60 FPS. And, I mean, what does Mikhail say anything about resolution? Resolution's higher on Switch 2, but I think Switch 2 is still 30 FPS on Switch 2. Should be able to pull the triggers. The triggers back up the camera. Thank God. Yeah, that looks great. I'm really glad I noticed that about the resolution. I'm really curious if it does that in the prior Atelier. Oh, I should, hold on, this back here. Down the D-pad. Oh, okay, okay. Let's see. I've talked about it before with like
よしあった
situations bothering me regarding when I stream these games day one, they're not gonna be
やー
as it's all like day one analysis, day one like look and feel, and then there's just gonna be issues like with Tales of Xillia that don't get fully explored from a day one stream. And there's, I mean, not much I can do about that, but I do feel like bad that I can't highlight those issues enough when it's
取れたよ
people deciding to spend money on it. That's why I still want to re-highlight what's later come out of it and revisit these games and how they improve or issues that come to light after like initially for the sake of anyone buying them later. As of right now, like it's already been over 2 hours in Xillia. Otherwise, I think I'd be waiting for a patch. Especially if it's going to involve anything that's affecting triggers with skits and things like that. I'd have to look back at the subreddit and see more of what was there.
そこそれそれ今だ今だそこ行くよ
Can you hold it? Now I won't know.
もう終わりかよ。また一つ強くなれたぜ。
まだまだ強くなるよ
I'm so curious if the other Atelier game is gonna look better doing the same
食べ
thing.
られる魚しか見たことなかったけど、いろんな形のがいるんだな。
I thought Koei Tecmo only worked with Unity, but they have their own engine for these games, to my
何が出る
understanding.
かな
くそ、絡まっちまっ
取れたよ
た。切るわけにもいかねえ
Unless it's
し
based on Unity, but it doesn't look
助けて
like
くれ
it.
鉱石のこの重量感、
取れたよ
投げつけるのに向いてるかもな。
There's some ore. Now we're talking.
や
僕目が悪いからこういう細いのとか小さいのとか探すの苦手なんだよな。
いや
気をつけて。
おりゃ
I miss how much of a frequent quality of life thing it was in older JRPGs with buffering inputs. Like in Final Fantasy IX on PS1, you can hold the X button and it will just auto battle as you're holding it.
痛えな。
And you can't do that like in the remaster of FF9 or the port of FF9.
そこ連射
痛えな。おりゃ
But it's such a nice, especially with how often you'll be in battles like that and they're turn-based. It's such a nice. I do the same thing with Dragon Quest. With the older games, let you hold a button all the way through.
もう終わりかよ。
And what I do as I'm playing HD 2D remake is rip, I'll have to buy those, I guess, or craft them like before. I set
さあ行くぜ。
in Steam, I changed the binding for my triggers
おりゃ
to be turbo buttons in Dragon Quest so that I can hold the buttons like the old games instead of mashing through.
そこ
My Trails in the Sky first chapter. From how much I got into it, yeah. There's too many things on my list to do. the series as a whole is really good and something I would recommend. And Trails in the Sky is just the best place to start in the series. Conveniently, with how nice the remake is and everything. You can look into it more if you want, as it's I don't know if I've played enough of it to be authoritative enough on that. But yeah, these are really two different flavors of games, you know? So it really would just be up to what you're looking for. Another update would be to what I was doing with, damn, that was fast. That loaded really fast. Oh, what is it? Oh, shit. Oh, Pokemon? Because I streamed Pokemon, right, the other week. And now that it's beaten and I've 100%ed the whole game, I liked it enough to 100% it. I had a great time with Legends ZA. It was fantastic. Not my favorite Pokemon game, but it's really good. I enjoyed the combat and look forward to more Legends game. I'm not buying that DLC. That's $30 for a roguelike mode. I'm not really interested in what other story is there. I think I can live without it. Okay. Okay, I'll hold on to that just so I have that. Since we need it for the bomb, but I don't have fuel. Or I have fuel, but I don't have Crimson Ore. Okay, so I still need to find where to get the Crimson Ore at. For these games, I welcome backseating if anyone would like to point me literally where to go and get me back on track, but I am going to keep going north and keep fighting and look for the ore. FF Tactics, I've got a draft up, though I've already, there's some differences already from the draft that is available for anyone that's a patron or a YouTube member. The one thing I got feedback on was, so let's see, there's Final Fantasy Tactics on Japanese PS1, right? And then there's, the PS1 North American version. The North American version on PS1 was made easier. The PSP version is based on the Japanese version, not the American version. So some of the comparisons people have of info between Final Fantasy Tactics PS1 North America and Final Fantasy Tactics PSP comes from comparing what is actually information regarding the Japanese version to the North American version. So I cleared up so in the next draft I've already cleared up some misinfo. Because when people were comparing, I've read about changes to the game that were reportedly for War of the Lions, but they were not actually for War of the Lions. They were just changes between the Japanese and PS1 Japanese and the North American PS1. So things like that have already been clarified, but I am going ahead with editing and improving that. Yeah, the whole video's just in rough draft state right now, but it is coming along. Sorry, run that by me one more time. That warning. Take back to the main road. Our target is the forest. Okay, thank you. That's all I needed to know. I forgot we were fighting. So let's see. Oh yeah, I've always had a couple people who don't speak English, tell me about watching my videos. At the current moment, I have turned off the auto dub feature. I turned off YouTube auto dub. I didn't receive any feedback about how it was working, but I did see it with a Japanese video, and I watched the Japanese video be auto dubbed to English, and that was complete garbage, especially because it destroys the audio quality. And trying to like do noise removal, like trying to noise remove the original dialogue for auto dubbing. So it's like, if this is this terrible for English, this must be unwatchable for other languages. So that's all. The AI upscaling is also turned off on YouTube, but that I don't think that applied in any way, because I think that's only applied to channels with lower than 1080p videos. I think I should have put in the stream title. I wanted to talk more about updates with the channel and everything, and more just other things going on. That's why I didn't put comparison in the stream title. But I should have thought about that more, as I know what people will expect with my channel. But anyway, oh yeah, rest here. Sure. See, talk about that, ZA. Those are the big, like, main things I was gonna talk about. Oh, I never got the, whoops, oh, that one's not real. I never grabbed the pickaxe. I'll go for ore. I literally don't think I can get any though, because I have to assume it might come from the ore that I couldn't get before. Rose bee. Like the Melty Blood character. I'm still hopeful for having that tactics video done sooner rather than later. Damn. Oh, nice. More beehives. I felt this combat system has potential. Maybe more than opening up in the later one, but it is more closer to real time. Still practically turn-based here in this instance. Oh, that's what I saw before. A sack. I saw that new Steam hardware that was announced today. Steam machine and everything. Oh, nice. Steam machine, Steam frame seemed interesting. I saw there was a request form. I could shoot that over. It might be more developer thing though, not content creators with the intent of it, but I can try. It would certainly save me money because I do not think that Steam machine is going to be cheap. That thing is probably going to be really expensive. At the moment, I don't have much need for it, but it would be the same thing of the Steam Deck to where it's just like brought up or included if it's noteworthy regarding any games that need like an evaluation of performance. Ah, there we go. I'd like to get a little more crimson ore before I head back. I'll keep going in that direction though. Keep forgetting I can back up the camera. The Steam frame is really interesting too, and the technology with it. I'm pretty curious. You can get like one more. That's a big puny. Oh, there's a few more here. Alright, dope. One, two more, three more, bunch more. At the same time, I feel like we're probably close to that northern tower, right? I'll go one more screen and see. Man, what a game changer with the resolution thing. I like how instant that is to go back to her room. Insufficient alchemy level. Okay. Oh, this will be fine now that I have more than enough of everything here. Your traits unlock required trade slots. Trade slot unlock material loop. More item, more trade slots will unlock. Repeating synthesis will lead to more powerful traits of the super strong side of possible. I might as well just take care of everything here. I see. Okay, I think I can fast forward it. Very smart streamer. どれにしようかな。これでどうだ。さあ、どうだ。じゃーん、こんな感じかな。どこにさあ、何を入れよう。何を入れるのがいいかな。いいものできそうだよ。さあ、何を入れよう。うわ、どれがいいかな。これでさあ、どうだ。できた。バッチリ。
こにさあ何を入れよう。
Oh, even the thing. Okay.
うわいい感じ。さあ何を入れよう。
Okay. Gotcha.
うわいい感じかも。さあ何を入れよう。何を入れるのがいいかな。どれにしよう。これでいい。さあどうだ。
I've also had a headache today too. I think I went for bearing with me here too.
やったできた。私にも作れた。
Also, I'm gonna take some ibuprofen here.
でもこれ何なんだろう。アンペルさんに教えてもらったレシピだし、ちょっと聞きに行ってみよう。アンペルさん、本に載ってたもの作ったよ。
おお、早速作ったか。感心感心。
それで作ったのはいいんだけど、これって何？
これは外で冒険をするときに役立つ道具だ。魔物に襲われて怪我をしたときに治す薬、魔物に投げつけて倒す爆弾などいろいろだな。
あ、ひょっとして私たちを助けてくれた時の謎の爆発も？
そう、あれも錬金術で作った爆弾の一つだ。道具があれば冒険の安全性も一気に高まる。
そうなんだ。じゃあ私もじゃんじゃん爆弾投げて大活躍できる？
それもできなくはないが、そうだな。そろそろこれを渡しておこうか。
これは？
コアクリスタルという。お前の作った薬や爆弾は使ったらなくなるよな。
I like her because she's so dumb.
それは当然そうでしょ。
ところがだな。
Not a single neuron
まず
firing in that
この
head.
コアクリスタルの中に作った道具を入れる。そしてクリスタルを武器などに組み込んで武器を一振りすればクリスタルの力が解放される。
解放されるとどうなるの？
クリスタルに入れた道具を
そんな
できてしまうんだ。
古式。
昔のすごい。
そんな。
何これ。
じゃあ
Darn, I was reading that. It was literally the first things I've been reading intently. Item into the crystal. Yep. Timing is key. Can't attach if it's higher than dexterity. No, yeah. Oh. Hello.
うん。
I can't do anything at that one. I kind of do wish the menu was in game. Manual. I wish this manual here that it takes you to was in game. It's an interesting approach. Oh, guides. Okay, never mind. Oh, we're just going back to our room, I'm pretty sure. So they still have to make the
何
bombs,
作っちゃおうかな。
which have to be level 6. No, level 4. Have to be level 6, yeah.
どこにしよう。さあ何を入れよう。何を入れるのがいいかな。さあ何を入れよう。
Oh, good. I got plenty more here now. Good.
うわいい感じか。さあ何を入れよう。これでどうだ。さあどうだ。じゃーんこんな感じかな。
Book.
なんだこの
アンペルさんに教わった文字が表紙。
へえ。
そう
そう
これ古い文献に
わかんねえ言葉。
以前から本に共通。
そういえばちょくちょくな。
実るかどうか。
おお、意気込み。
意気込みはいいけどなんで自分の家。は
そりゃうちでやってたら
そのためのたまり場だしな。
あまあ好きにしてれば。
なあ、調合もいいけど、また俺たちみんなが魔物との戦いになれりゃ。
それは
魔物との戦いって。
早速対岸に行こうぜ。
しょうがない。
Now give action orders to allow you to execute cooperative attacks. Oh, well that'll probably be nice. Active members and then see the queue. Pressing right trigger, yeah. Okay. Cool.
何作っちゃおう
Now
かな。
about that bomb.
どこに入れよう。さあ
I thought I got that cutscene because I hit alchemy level 5, but apparently not.
さあ何を入れるのがいいかな。うわいい感じかも。何を入れるのがいいかな。うわいい感じ。さあ何を入れ。これでどうだ。さあ何を入れよう。うわいいか。何を入れるのがい
I
いかな。
see, I see.
さあ何を入れよう。これでどうだ。さあどうだ。やったできた。
Yatta.
どこに。さあ何を入れよう。さあ何を入れよう。いいものできそうな予感。
Huh.
さあ何を入れよう。これでいい。うまくいくかな。やったできた。どこに何を入れるのがいいかな。
I was gonna say, if I'm just getting that much XP,
さあ
like,
何を入れよう。いいものできそうな予感。さあ何を入れよう。
oh, I should be
うわ
careful because I'm almost out of
これ
water.
でいいか。うまくいくかな。やったできた。なんか上達してきた気がする。どこにし。何を入れるのがいいかな。さあ何を入れよう。うわいい感じ。さあ何を入れよう。 何を入れるのがいいかな。
Explosive.
うわこれでいいかな。さあどうだ。できたバッチリ。どこに何を入れるのがいいかな。さあ何を入れよう。いいものでき。これでいいかな。さあどうだ。
No matter what, it's giving me 1 XP.
できた。どこにしよう。
These all need water, so I will wait on those. This
ど
does
こ
not
に
need
しよう。
water.
何を入れるのがいいかな。いいものできそうな。何を入れるのがいいかな。いいものできそうな予感。何を入れるのがいいかな。さあ何を入れよう。
Okay.
さあ何を入れよう。
Does it let me get the chance to,
どれにしようかな。
No,
これで
okay.
さあどうだ。やったできた。どこに何を入れるのがいいかな。さあ何を入れよう。さあ何を入れよう。いいものできそうな予感。何を入れるのがいいか。何を入れるのがいいかな。うわ
Good thing I got so many of these, I guess.
さあ何これでいいか。さあどうだ。 どこに何を入れるのがいいかな。
Be a good time if anyone has any more questions or anything they want to ask about the future.
いい感じ。さあ、何をこれで。
I've got everything else out that I think I wanted to mention.
やった、できた。どこにしよう。何を入れるのがいいかな。さあ、何を入れよう。いいものできそうな予感。さあ、これでいいか。うまくいくかな。やった、できた。どこに何を入れるのがいいかな。何を入れるのがいいかな。いいものできそうな予感。どれがこれでいい。うまくいくかな。じゃーん、こんな感じかな。少しは成長できたみたい。
Do we have any more upcoming releases?
どこにし何を入れるのがいいかな。
Like, we're still not done with
何を入れるのがいいかな。
remasters this year,
できそう
right?
な予感。何を入れるのがいいかな。
Dragon Quest 7 is next year,
何を入れるのがいいかな。
thankfully. Don't have to worry about that right now. But even then, my intentions are gonna be more to,
何を入れるのがいいかな。
change my mindset on how I approach things. So, okay, I get it now.
うまくいくかな。
Change my mindset on how I approach certain things, as to not overwhelm myself. Oh, I need to make 10 bombs.
どこに入れようかな。どこにしよう。どれがいいかな。
I remembered that the auto thing was a thing.
できた、バッチリ。少しは成長できたみたい。
Well, that was a nice thing I remembered.
とりあえず何を入れるのがいいかな。
Do I have something to change the quantity? Because there's an option for it at the bottom. But I don't see a way to change it.
どこにしよう。どれにしよう。
Oh, no, that's different. Okay. Okay, no, okay. That's fine. Well, as long as I can auto do it anyway.
どこにしよう。
Oh, good. I can go to quest here and claim that. There we go. Okay. These are, okay. I understand. Head off for the mainland. Yeah, I don't think we're done with what did I have on my thing here? Man, so many other projects I want to get back to. Is Fatal Frame's next year? Yeah, Fatal Frame is next year. Dragon Quest 7 is next year. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 are really the big ones.
何か新しいことないかな。
But there's still so many releases. I'm not positive off the top of my head if anything else is coming in December.
よいしょ。よし、あった。
I was gonna, like, I've kept talking about Xenoblade at the end of, like, so many of the prior videos. I would feel bad if I didn't get to that, but after Xenoblade, which maybe I could get Xenoblade out for the end of the year? It's hard to say in trying to grasp, like, how much of Xenoblade has changed. In trying to understand the mechanics in general that have all, like, technically been rebalanced. Unfortunate. There's a lot of work that would go into Xenoblade. I don't know if I could do that in 2 months at this point. And I don't know if I'm motivated for it either. I'll just have to simply see how I'm feeling once I finish Tactics. Game releases outside of remasters, though. Looking forward to Kirby. I already have Metroid Prime 4 pre-ordered. Those will be good. Those will be fun times. I still don't know how I feel about the value of what I've gotten out of the Switch 2 yet. But that is something. Oops. Here we go.
さて、早速魔物を蹴散らしてみようか。どうせなら。
Oh, right, I turned auto off.
今度は街道の方に足を伸ばしてみたいぜ。どんな感じなのか見てみたいしな。
街道か。私もどんな感じになってるのか見てみたいかも。
ここまで来といて言うのもなんだけど。
I'll give myself up to the 2-hour mark, but this headache isn't really letting up.
そうさ。
I'll see how I feel at the 2-hour mark.
だからな。大丈夫だって。街道にそんなヤバいやつはいねえよ。
危険そうだったら帰ればいいじゃない。
Took a deep breath and stretched. Let's continue
なん
on.
かお腹空いてきちゃうな。お弁当持ってくればよかった。
Oops.
取れたよ。
やっぱり見たことない魔物もいるじゃねえか。腕試しだ。あいつらに挑んでみようぜ。ああ、それまで俺に。
Creature.
気をつけて戦わないと。
Yeah, he's sitting back there.
行くよ。今だ。
I need 3 AP.
今だ。ライザー、頼んだ。ライザー。
行くよ。
Do a magic damage. Do this, do that.
おりゃ。
みんな一緒に決めるよ。
Sorry.
今だ。今だ。
Oh.
みんな一緒
There.
にそれそれ。
今だ。今だ。
There we go.
するね。
I sure hope I don't die in the meantime.
今だ。
There we go. Okay.
一緒に決める連射。
I was just waiting on the AP to build up. There we go.
さあどんどん進もう。
また一つ強くなれたぜ。
まだまだ強くなるよ。
あ、
Still going north, right? North. Fight at least 3 monsters.
一気にやっちゃおう。
I could have healed. Yeah, I could have healed maybe.
そこ行くよ。みんな
Ouch.
今だ。痛えな。おりゃ。
そこ
痛えな。痛えな。おりゃ。
そこ
痛えな。
今だ。
おりゃ。
今だ。
やべえ
そこそこ
痛えな
そこそこ
痛えな
今だ
せい
今だ
せい痛えな
敵を崩せよこれでどうだ
せい
Alright, alright.
さすがに疲れたな
Go back to her room real quick.
どうしよう。
Okay, cool. Oh, man. My head's been killing me. I'm gonna wrap it up. Unfortunately. I don't think I'm gonna be able to provide much from here on anyway. And I got out the info I wanted to, talked about a few things and updates. But my head is killing me. So I'm gonna try to take it easy a little bit before streaming on G2B, if I even do tonight. We'll see how I feel. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Final Fantasy Tactics full port review. It's like a 20-minute video at the moment. 20-minute long video. I'm in the process of working on editing through it, refining it. I had to put together a whole bunch of tables and charts of info for it, as there's quite a bit that can't be shown on in-game data-wise. But I'm working on putting that all together. Damn, feels weird. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I will be back for that. Unsure if I'll do streams for like Kirby or Metroid, at least not on like YouTube. I don't know. Probably not. But if we have any more projects or remasters or anything that comes up, we'll be covering. Oh yeah, the Outer Worlds 2. I was given a code. I mentioned that I was given a code for the Outer Worlds 2. So I'll do a stream sometime next week for the Outer Worlds 2, and we'll take a look at it where I am, early to mid game, probably more early game of where I am. Damn, I may need to. Oh man. Stomach's upset too. Shit. I don't know what's up. I'm gonna take care of myself here for the night. So that's all for now. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for the continued support, and until next time, thank you all again for watching.